So I'm just going to show you guys real quick the different sections of my arrangement of Nothing But the Blood of Jesus, the acoustic guitar part. And basically it comes down to three different sections. There's the intro section that does that. There's the verse section. That does that. And then there's the chorus that is up here. Does that. So basically kind of three sections, or you can even think about it as two. There's the intro, and then the verse and the chorus sections are really, it's just following the melody of the song, and we're having a octave and a third, either major or minor third, harmonizing the melody part. And so those are the sections we're going to go through. So we're going to start at the intro. Basically we're going to start with just an E shape, doing like an E chord. But for this entire arrangement of this song, we're not going to use the first or the second strings, the E or the B. We're going to use just these bottom four. And when I say bottom four, I'm referring to pitch, not physical location. So these are lower pitch, and so I call them the bottom four. So we're having the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth strings right here. We're going to use those just with a finger picking pattern that basically goes like this. We're going to go thumb and our second finger here. So thumb and second finger go together. And so it's out, and then we're going to go thumb first, thumb second, thumb first. Like that. So together with the thumb and second, then thumb first, thumb second, thumb first, like that. And then we move to the second shape. So here's where we start moving our left hand, and we're going to move that shape up, and we're going to bar with our first finger. We're going to bar the second fret on the fourth and third strings, and then on the fifth string we're going to put our ring finger down on fret 4 on the fifth string. So we're going to go from here, and then we're going to slide up with this ring finger to there, like that, okay? So we're going to slide up with ring finger, continue the same finger picking pattern, and then we're going to take that shape and we're going to move it up again 2 frets to here. So we wind up with our first finger barring across the third and fourth strings on the 4th fret, and our ring finger on the 5th string on the 6th fret. And we just continue that same finger picking pattern. So if we start back over, there's that finger picking pattern like this, and then we're going to shift, do it again, and we shift and we do that finger picking pattern again, and then we come back down 2 frets, just like that, and then back down for the next part. So if we put them together, it sounds like this, and we'll do it slow. And as we're about to start singing the verse, I usually pause on that last one, and then we begin. That's the intro sections, or the in-between sections. And so we're going to then shift up to the verse, and we're going to come up to a different pattern. Basically, the entire verse has only, I think, 3 different shapes. We just move them up and down, and we're going to leave that droning E string open the entire time. That's just going to go over the whole thing. You will hear in the recording, if you watch the recording that I did of this, you'll hear there's some other chords going because I have an extra acoustic playing some moving chords behind it, and a bass guitar also moving some chords behind it. But for the main acoustic part, we're just droning that E the entire time. So first position we're going to come up to, we're going to bring our second finger up to fret 7 on the 5th string. Our first finger is going to be just behind it on fret 6 of the 4th string, and then we're going to do an octave with our pinky, so it's going to wind up on fret 9 of the 4th string. So it's going to be like this. So here's our shape right here. And then for the second shape, it's almost identical. We're going to shift down though 2 frets, but then our first finger, we get an extra space between there. So we wind up with second finger on fret 9 of the 5th string, first finger on fret 7 of the 4th string, and pinky on fret 11 of the 3rd string. Just like that. So we're going to move up, and then we move up again with that same shape we had here, just 2 frets higher. So just move it up 2 frets, and then we have our 3rd shape, which is going to be up high up here. And so we're going to bar with our 1st finger on frets 14 for the 5th and 4th strings, and the 3rd string will have our pinky on it on fret 16 of the 3rd string. So we're going to go from here to here, then up 2 frets again, and then we'll go to that 3rd shape there, and then we come back down. So those are the shapes that we're using. So those are all the shapes for the entire first verse, is just right there. Now these are not the easiest shapes to do. You really have to get your fingers stretching a lot to do it, and you really have to nail your placement as you go, which takes a little time, but you can get it. Just keep working at it. And so then the finger picking pattern is really similar, but then we adjust so we can keep the melody sounding on top on our pinky up here in the octave. And so it's going to be like this. And so right there we have a slight difference between the vocal melody rhythm and the acoustic melody rhythm, where we do, "What can wash away my sin?" And that might take a little getting used to if you're trying to sing it at the same time, but it's not too bad. But so as we come up, right there, we do this pattern where we go, so we do the together and then shift together, like that. So we're gonna have it be together, thumb, 1st finger, together as we move, thumb, 1st finger, together, thumb, 1st finger. And when I'm saying together, it's the thumb and the 2nd finger right there. So and then we do the whole pattern. And then right there, to keep with the rhythm, we're gonna slide up our whole shape. So we don't actually pick that, it's just a slide. Just like that. And then we do it again for the 2nd half of the verse. So let's try that all together for a verse, just going slow. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. And then that gets us to the chorus section. So in the chorus section we're using the same shapes, but we're going to start way up on this top one with our 1st finger barred across fret 14 for string 5 and string 4, and then our pinky up on 16 for string 3. And from this shape we're going to have a big jump coming down back to this shape here, from there to there, which we did that earlier in the verse too. So we're going to come down to that one. Again, all the same shapes as the verse. So here we go. Oh, precious is the flow. And that same idea with the rhythm again, where we kind of do that together, thumb first, together, thumb first, together, to keep up with the melody on top. Then we play it out. And that's basically the entire song. It just keeps repeating from there. So it is fairly tricky to get your fingers to stretch out and make those shapes, but once you have them, you just keep doing one after the other, and it just goes back and forth, up and down, and you're just following the melody along. Alright, so let's just try walking through an intro with a verse and a chorus all together, just keeping it slow, and see how we do. So 2, 3, 4. And we're going to pause here. Pause. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. No other fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus. And then we go back to an intro from there. And so that's basically the entire song. I realize that you do have to stretch your fingers out quite a bit for that, but it's really not that bad. Once you get your fingers stretching, then it's just the same thing over and over and over again. So I hope that this video has been helpful for you in improving your acoustic guitar playing and learning how to play this acoustic arrangement of Nothing But the Blood. If you'd like to play along with it full speed, you can click on the link in the description below that will take you to my cover of the song and play along with it there. Thanks for watching, and if this was helpful to you, I hope that you will like and subscribe and maybe throw a comment below about one of your favorite acoustic songs to play.